John Mellencamp is coming to Springfield for one night only on April 9th at the Juanita K. Hammons Hall, and we are so excited to welcome his guitarist, Mike Wanchick. Mike, it is so great to have you.
Thank you. It's nice to be with you.
Nice to be with you as well. And so for our viewers watching, what can they expect from this one night only on April 9th?
Well, we've been on the road for about the last 40 years, all in all. This time, we're starting a brand new leg. And we're about 80 shows into a tour, and it's a very solid presentation of, I would say, historic material, new material, acoustic material, screaming rock and roll. It's a perfect balance of a history of 40 years with Mellencamp. So anyone who has any history with us whatsoever, I think will have a very satisfying time and see and hear both the hits, the new material, everything that we need to sort of bring everything into perspective for a long-term career and in 1 2-hour show.
Well, can you give our viewers a little teaser of maybe some songs that they can definitely count on hearing and maybe some new material as well?
Oh, sure. I think one of the things we're really bound and obligated to are the hits, because I'm sure as with you and me, songs are like landmarks and benchmarks in our lives. Your memories are prompted by, both good and bad, by music. So we're bound and determined to deliver those songs like Jack and Diane, Hurt So Good, the hits, the huge hits. But conversely, we're still, a viable and vital musical entity. And so new records are being made all the time. Writing is getting better. Arrangements are getting more interesting. So it's a combination of both hits and then to satisfy the audience, and new material that sort of satisfy our artistic cravings, to deliver to people so they can continue to grow with us.
Yeah, I grew up listening to some of the hits because my mom was a huge John Mellencamp fan when he was formerly, John Cougar Mellencamp. But
Right.
Because you've been touring for, 40 plus years with Mellencamp, is there a ritual that you do before each show to prepare?
Everybody has their own little thing that makes them comfortable to be able to go out and do this every night. It's kind of like being a professional athlete. You sit around, you do a whole lot of waiting, or more accurately, like being on the fire department.
Yeah.
You're sitting around upstairs, playing dominoes, and then the fire alarm goes off, and you slide down the pole and you go into action. And that's kind of what it's like being in a band like this. It's a lot of waiting, and then it's like a lot of downtime, and then a lot of high level stress.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call it stress as much as I would say it's just you have to deliver, and that's one thing that we've always done. We deliver everything that we can possibly deliver for every audience member out there, because we know it's important. It's an important night for everybody, and it concurrently has to be an important night for us.
Yeah.
And we want to make sure that everybody gets what they want.
Well, I meant to ask you, going back to the songs and everything of what you perform, what would you say is your favorite song to perform, or songs to perform?
Oh, my goodness. That's a pretty broad question after 23 albums. But there's a lot of songs that have deep meaning to me. Check It Out, Minutes to Memories. Of course, for the crowd, Jack and Diane, that God knows that triggers memories for probably everybody in the crowd. It's just such a plethora of time, that we're trying to span a 40-year career in a 2-hour show and maintain interest for everybody. Both hits, from Lonely All Night to you start going down the list. We had 40 top 20 singles, so it's a lot of material to choose from. And you have to be very judicious about delivering, the big hits, and then the really new and cool stuff that we want people to introduce. We're trying to introduce to people.
I always wondered about this. After all these years of performing, do you ever just happen to forget some of the chords that you're doing? Because it's muscle memory, but sometimes you're like, oh gosh, what song are we on now?
Yeah, okay. I mean, I guess I have to be confessing. This is the confessor here. It happens on occasions, but in my business, they say, if you make a mistake, repeat it, and then it becomes correct.
Yeah. Well, there you go. You learn from making your mistakes. All right, so one more time. The show is one night only here at Hammons Hall, April 9th. And I just saw this morning, tickets are selling fast. So if people want more information just about you, can they find you on social media, or where can they get more information about this great night?
I'd say go to johnmellencamp.com. That's the quick and easy way to do it.
Okay.
And you'll probably find biographies there and everything else that people would want to know about, John and the band and the tour.
Awesome. Well, Mike, thank you so much for your time. And I know that a lot of people here in Springfield love John Mellencamp. So like I said, get those tickets.
Looking forward to it.